Hey, we got requesting the video on Deadly War in Camden. Gxng versus 51 First Street. About to know, get a background story between the songs we've been reacting to. So, about to see, man. About to see, bruv, mate.
This is
About
okay.
much. Yeah. Yeah, man. Hit the subscribe button here.
I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the love and support that you guys have been showing us. We really do appreciate y'all.
For real.
Finish? Okay, like, comment, subscribe.
And God,
Yeah, all that.
subscribe to our family channel too, man. Follow us on IG and everything.
Two men have been stabbed to death in two separate attacks in Kentish Town in North London last night. The body of the first victim, believed to be in his late teens, was found a couple of hours before police discovered the second victim, who's thought to be in his 20s.
Camden, the heart of fashion and culture in London, with some of the most expensive house prices and biggest tourist attractions in England. And from the outside in, looks like the perfect place to live. But that's what the government want to show you. Once we go deeper into the lower income estates of the borough, we start to see a different story. A story of the country's most deprived estates in London being separated from roads of millionaires literally by one street. And
I mean, like, I know people gonna fucking think that we probably gonna be surprised by it. I mean, I don't know if she is, but I just know it's always the same connection: poverty and crime, opportunity and crime. It always goes hand in hand. It doesn't matter about the color, the location. It's all about survival. We're animals. We're part of the animal kingdom. When it comes down to you taking away the comfort, we all gonna go in survival, no matter who you are. You be the richest, whitest, pussiest businessman. If he wants to survive, he's gonna do some savage shit.
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
Yeah, man. Let's see.
how these estates
Yeah.
have created a deadly gang war which has taken over the borough in recent years. But before I get into the video, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Let's get into the video.
Kid nerd.
So Camden is a borough in northwest London and is very, very close to the centre of London. But despite the area being so close to the rich centre of the capital, in the last few years the war in the area has been going brazy. So historically, unlike neighbouring areas like Islington and Brent, Camden's beef situation hasn't been as active as others. But this all changed around 2016 when a man from Camden called Merce had his watch stolen from another man from another area in Camden. After this, there was some back and forth, which resulted in a big rivalry in the borough, literally between groups of kids that grew up together. One side being gangs built up from a few estates in Camden, which were the Peckwater gang from the Peckwater estate, the QC gang, which were from a road in Camden called Queen's Crescent, and Cumber, which is a gang made up from an estate called Regent's Park in Cumberland Market. They linked up together and called themselves 51st, due to their postcodes being in NW1 and NW5, which is where 5 and the 1 come from. And from the other side of the feud, we have a gang called Active Gang, which some people may know from their songs, and they're from the Ager Grove estate in Camden. And Active Gang are affiliated with another gang called CT1 and NRB, which they all linked up and called themselves 71st. And just like that, the war was now on between 51st and 71st.
51st Peckwater QC. Cool. We haven't heard about the left side, but we heard all about the right side.
Yeah.
Over this watch being stolen. So Camden is actually home to a big Somalian community, with a big portion of them residing in...
I hate when people say over a watch being stolen. I mean, it comes down to a pride thing, man, a manly thing. It's like, see people, like, shit they going on here. Like, it's not, it's when you try to test a man's masculinity or shit, it's not gonna go good for you. I mean, that's the way of trying to find a sucker, to see people start off things small, to see what they can get away with, and to see if you're a pushover or not.
Yep. So they can keep doing it over and over again.
Well, take something bigger.
Yeah.
So the fact that the watch could have been a piece of paper. It's just the fact of the principle of the disrespect.
Right. And
then you do something because you checked the man for disrespecting. He didn't like that. He go back and do something for him feeling ashamed for your checking. Then you go do something worse, which is,
retaliating.
Yeah, or taking his life.
Right.
And now everybody mad and they forget how this all shit starting. Now everybody in the feeling because blood done spill.
Right.
And that's how it happens. It really ain't that fucking hard. All the governments do the same thing. They hit down the World Trade Center. No matter if you want to say it's oil or whatever, they went to war for 20 years. You done killed a man fucking, what, 4 or 5 years ago and it's still a war. Like, so it had nothing to do with that. It's fucking pride. You fucking bomb fucking Pearl Harbor, go to war.
Yes, it's always deeper than they actually make it out to be.
It's about pride. The government, the white government goes in pride. Everybody's government, queen, all of that. It's all about fucking pride. Not taking no disrespect. Same thing about Russia, where he's boasting arms and all. It's all about pride and fucking. It's about manlyhood, man.
Yeah, respect.
But yeah, anyway.
Aga Grove, which is the territory of the 71st gang. Such a big community that the majority of 71st members are actually Somalian. And if you watch one of my previous videos on Mali Strip, Somalian people are people you don't want to be messing with, which you will understand more in this video. And this beef was on go from early. In 2017, 2 members of the AG gang, which represents 71st, executed a triple shooting on 3 51st members. 2 of the members ran to a nearby hospital, but while hospital staff was treating the 2 members, they also called police to the hospital to investigate the situation. Once the 2 realized the police was called, they didn't even care about their treatment anymore, and attempted to run out the hospital while still having bullet wounds lodged in them. But the police ended up detaining them and arresting them after a struggle between the both. The reason they wanted to run was because all 3 members are actually wanted for suspicion of grievous bodily harm, which all 3 were eventually arrested for. Now of course 51st weren't happy about this triple shooting, and they were trying to get it back in blood, so they went lurking on the Aga Grove estate and shot a rival in the face with a shotgun. The rival actually managed to survive and make his own way back to hospital, but this beef really kicked off in a situation that wasn't even.
Fuck no, boys. I don't know why you trying to go to the hospital, man. I would just laid out there, man. I mean, unless it's like 2055 where they got perfect face reconstruction surgery. Fuck no, cause you gonna be fucked up for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're gonna be fucked up.
Fuck you gonna stick around for?
Then you gotta get all them surgeries to get your face back together.
Well, I mean, unless he's sticking around for revenge, but then you probably can't even see the motherfucker. The eyes are gone.
Right, damn.
You can't eat nothing.
I wonder how his face looks.
Gangs. So on February 2017, a 16-year-old girl had an air.
I would be surprised that if you shoot a motherfucker with a shotgun, you'd be like, yeah, I got him, he dead, he ain't coming back. And then you hear that he survived, you're like, god damn, what the fuck?
Right.
B&B party and survive and make his own way back to hospital. But this beef really kicked off in a situation that wasn't even linked to both of the gangs. So on February 2017, a 16-year-old girl had an Airbnb party in Kensington, West London. You know those type of parties where a girl invites 7 different types of gangs and asks people to leave their beef at home? Yeah, one of those. So at this party, there were people from all over London there. But a few uninvited guests tried to pull up to the party. One of these people being a boy from 51st called Dotty and his friend, who pulled up to the party with a gun and knife looking for trouble. But the night turned left for Dotty and his friend, and ended up with Dotty being chased down by 20 young boys. And when the boys caught up to him, they stabbed him 13 times altogether, which actually resulted in Dotty dying, which 4 16-year-old boys from Hackney and Tottenham were sentenced and convicted for. So 51st were mad about this situation, obviously, that their member Dotty was just stabbed to death. So they were out trying to get revenge. So they went out for revenge in a stolen BMW, and travelled all the way from Camden in northwest London to Hackney in East London, and then to Tottenham in North London, because that's where the people who killed Dotty were from. But they ended up finding no one from both areas, but they weren't trying to go home without spilling some blood first. So 51st went all the way back to Camden to look for 71st members, and found an affiliate member of 71st called AK and killed him. But they weren't done there. They were riding for a whole another 2 hours looking for more 71st members, and found the 71st member called Mitch's little brother. Mitch's little brother attempted to run into a cab and begged the driver to drive him to safety, but the driver refused to move, and he was dragged out the cab and stabbed to death by 51st members, all within 2 hours of their first murder they committed that night. And 6 members were sentenced to life for these murders. Then on September 4th, 2017, a member from 51st called Flips and the older...
Bro, at that point, man, see, it don't matter if you're in it or if you ain't directly in it. If you're around it, you gotta get a strap, man. Like, and you know motherfuckers getting stabbed left and right. And that's the point. Like, fuck it, illegal strap, don't give a fuck. Homemade gun. Bro, you good boys will find out. Come run up on me fucking with all y'all with knives and shit. This shit, y'all shit getting popped off with some homemade shit. Blocks, blocks, blocks.
If you was the cab driver, would you have helped him? Or you would...
Yeah, I would have fucking... Bitch, I would have fucking ran them niggas over. Fuck out of here.
Right.
And then I would get away with self-defense. Man, I would murder you, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck, man. Fuck niggas.
brother of the second boy who died that night called Mitch, bumped into each other on Hampstead.
They ain't try to come back with a fucking revenge. I'll murder everybody fucking coming with revenge. Fuck you. I really don't
But that'll be
care.
getting yourself involved into it.
Oh well. I don't really fucking give a fuck about a lot of fucking people who fucking doing all shit. Me, I'm gonna mind my business because that ain't my fucking beef. But at the same time, you coming into my fucking cab and doing all the extra shit, nah, fuck you.
Can you get Zion for me real quick, please?
But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I'm just speaking how I feel for the moment right now. It all depends on the situation. But in that situation, I don't know. I'm just fucking different. I guess I'm fucking different. I don't give a fuck about hopping in the beat. Me, regular situation, I'm minding my business. But once you done hopping in my cab and dragging somebody out, that's self-defense now. And you niggas coming with guns. I'm killing. I'm fucking just driving over. I don't care. I really don't give a fuck. You can come get your revenge. I really fucking care. I will enjoy for this shit. I don't give a fuck because we all gonna die anyway. That's how I fucking look at life. And I wouldn't be signing up to go to war if I fucking cared about the shit that y'all cared about. I don't respect none of it.
Everybody has their own opinions, though.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, man. I'll enjoy every minute of it. Busting this skull thing on my fucking wheels.
You like shit like that.
I really don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Fuck your family. Fuck how they feel. Fuck everything.
Sentenced to life for these murders. Then on September 4th, 2017, a member from 51st called Flips and the older brother of the second boy who died that night called Mitch bumped into each other on Hampstead Road in Camden and started getting into a little altercation, which ended with Flips stabbing Mitch in his arm, neck and back, leaving the knife lodged into Mitch's bones and murdering him. An undercover policeman just happened to witness this whole situation and ran down Flips and arrested him, and now Flips is serving 17 years to life for this murder. After this, the beef in Camden went under some serious investigation by police, and members from all sides started to get taken down for conspiracies, firearms and drug charges, and the beef started to die down a bit. But then 2019 hit, and quite a lot of the members that were locked up started to come out, and taking in consideration that 51st members just before everyone started going to prison had killed 3 71st members, 71st members started coming out of prison on some demon time, and were most definitely looking for revenge with no warnings. The first signs that 71st was really back was on a cold Tuesday in February. 1 AM in the morning, a 51st member called Gxng was walking past the Sainsbury's in Camden when a 4x4 crashed into him and several 71st members jumped out on him like a pack of wolves, stabbing him repeatedly in his head and body, leaving him literally paralysed and not being able to walk. But that wasn't enough for 71st members. They wanted someone dead for their friends. So on April 1st, 2019, a suspected member of 51st called C. Miz and his cousin were walking down Grafton Road in Gospel Oak, Camden, when 4 71st members jumped out a stolen black car and started chasing them. C. Miz and his cousin split up, but unfortunately the men who jumped out the car locked onto C. Miz, and C. Miz ended up dropping to the ground when the 71st members started to stab him repeatedly with machetes and then run from the scene. After this murder, 71st members made a song called Congo, and the reason why they called it Congo is because C. Miz was actually a refugee from Congo after him and his family fled the war from over there, and members repeatedly in their song.
Man, you fleeing fucking the middle of a war zone in Africa just to go to the EK and to get killed the same way you would have gotten in Africa.
Damn.
That's some crazy shit.
That is crazy.
Say that they get their weed from Congo, not Cali. Pretty much just trying to say that they're smoking on C. Miz. And as I said before, the majority of these 71st members are Somalian. So after all this, there was news going about in Camden that 51st members were out on the lurk, and any Somalian they see they're killing.
Heard some really strong intelligence that there is going to be revenge for Calvin's killing and his friend.
Taking the stage on karaoke night takes confidence. But it's hard to feel confident when you apply for a credit card. With Karma Confidence Technology,
I've literally said they are going to go out and kill any Somali in retaliation. So I just want to make that really clear. This is from a young Somali woman in Camden who's 24 years old. And basically we strongly suspect they're going to go out tonight and kill a Somali.
Which is probably a bit of a stretch. But on the other hand, 71st members kept saying that they're warring with Jalirs, which is basically the Somalian word for West African people. Because you have to remember, despite Somalians being dark-skinned and African, a lot of Somalians don't really see themselves the same as other black people. So this was kind of turned into a race war between Somalian and black people in Camden, which is just all wrong for so many reasons. But 71st weren't happy enough with the killing of C. Miz. They wanted to spill more blood. So August 12th,
you're black as hell, saying that you don't see yourself as other black people. The fucking stupidity, man, with fucking black people. This is why. This is why fucking black people can't fucking build or get anywhere back on top of shit. Because they find any fucking reason to stay separated. If you're divided, you're easily conquered.
circling the estates of 51st members in a stolen Ford Fiesta and a stolen Seat when they spotted 16-year-old culprit and other members coming out of a restaurant around 10:30 p.m. Culprit and other members ran to a nearby set of blocks near Euston Road, but 71st members found them later on that night and 3 members jumped out and chased them down, catching up to the 16-year-old 51st member called Culprit. Culprit was running for his life and literally screaming for help, banging on neighbours' doors to let him in so he could escape his attackers. But when the 71st members caught up to him, 2 71st members held him, while a 3rd member repeatedly pushed a 1-foot-long zombie killing knife through his chest while it was coming out of his back. And when the 71st members were done, the killers were said to be running away after, laughing hysterically, which is what bystanders said. And Culprit, he was just any normal kid from London. He was talented at football and even had trials for Southampton Football Club, but started getting involved in a local gang and brushed aside his football and unfortunately became a victim of the streets. Now, as these back and forths normally go, 51st were now looking for revenge on their recent L's, and there were many stabbings across the month. And early on in September, there was a case of 3 killings in 5 days in Camden. One of these being a man from a completely different area all the way in East London, but unfortunately he was walking at the wrong place at the wrong time. So he was actually walking on Queen's Crescent Estate, which is a hotspot for 51st members, and was shot and killed in a drive-by, being mistaken for a 51st member. Just an hour before, another woman was stabbed to death just a few hundred yards from the situation, and 4 days later a 71st member called Nuts was stabbed to death by a gang of 51st members with machetes outside one of the busiest areas in London, Camden Tube Station. And for the longest, a lot of people didn't even know all this stuff was going on until a 71st member called Suspect started jumping on.
Well, with all these damn stabbings like it's damn medieval times, man, you would think people start learning some damn knife defense techniques or fucking getting a damn zip gun or something, man. Something, a mallet,
acting
something.
like they getting shot by guns. They go crazy over fucking knives in the UK. It's crazy. Machetes? Never heard of machetes being crazy in America.
I think because of all the gun bans and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
And the laws. Fucking, they got machetes and walk around with machete too. On God. Ting, ting, ting. About to do some Japanese shit in this bitch.
Drosy, calling himself the Camden Grim Reaper and releasing some of the most disrespectful tunes towards his ops. So much that police take down pretty much any song that the gang uploads, which really started to bring some attention to what's happening down there, and definitely got the attention of me, especially a song from Suspect called Dugout, which is probably one of the most disrespectful songs I've ever heard, and really makes you deep how tapped this whole beef is. In one of his lines he says,
"Same place we used to play runouts is the same place his chest got dug out. Same place I was telling you play out is the same place I'm telling you come out."
Which really makes you think, damn, these guys were close friends at one time, and now they're trying to kill each other. All stemming from a little small altercation that happened a couple years back. But anyway guys, that's it for today's video, and peace out.
Yeah, that's all it takes. That little small shit that you want so bad. You want to be an op so fucking bad. Bring it, bitch.
Bring it, bitch.
Pussy ass motherfucker. Pussy ass bitch.
You stupid. They don't even know what you're talking about.
They will know when they watch a video. Anyway, fucking, they want to stalk so fucking much. Anyway, fucking, you fuck with it, man. Hit the like button, comment down below, let them know what you think. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe to our family channels, follow us on IG, and let's go.
Let's go.